All right, hello everyone, my name is LaRue, and honestly, this year could not get any weirder. Honestly, I think we're living in the twilight zone, and I'm scared for the rest of 2020, because shit's been weird out here. Anyway, today I'm going to be talking about 3 different things that you should consider if you're thinking about becoming a music producer. These are by no means like a set in stone set of instructions for people. Everybody has their own path, but for me, if I could go back and talk to my 15-year-old self when I first started producing music, then these are just some things that I would want to tell me. All right, so the first thing is learn the piano. To me, not only is the piano like a really beautiful instrument that I use a lot, but it's very important when you have MIDI controllers, and those are usually in the shape of a piano. The MIDI controller is kind of like the paintbrush of the music studio. You can mostly use it to trigger virtual instruments, and that is not just piano sounds. That's like everything from kalimbas to string ensembles to bongo drums, all this different stuff. Anything that you can imagine can be triggered and manipulated with a piano. So just getting the mechanics of your fingers and pressing the different keys is very important as a music producer. Once you know your way around a piano, then you can go on to create chords and create melodies and basically anything else that you would need to create a song. So I always say that I graduated from YouTube University because there are literally like infinite videos on YouTube for free with all of these very knowledgeable people telling you about different things, and the piano is a really huge thing on YouTube. So on YouTube, there are just so many different piano lessons, and honestly, YouTube is a really great place to start if you're trying to learn how to play the piano. So secondly, I will say learn drum anatomy. And when I say drum anatomy, I just mean the different components that make up a drum kit. And in its most fundamental form, the drum kit is just a snare, a kick, and a hi-hat. Real studio kits will have more things like toms and cymbals and, ride cymbals and splash cymbals and, cowbells and all sorts of different stuff. But fundamentally, it's just a kick and a snare and a hi-hat. Knowing how these separate components are combined is basically what makes up every single genre, from like jazz to pop to hip-hop to rock. All of them have specific kind of guidelines that you use when creating drum kits for that kind of genre. And in terms of hip hop, if you're creating like a boom bap track or a lo-fi track or a trap track, then all of that has different kind of guidelines for how you make your drum kit and what different things you use to create that. Hip hop itself is super defined by the drums. The drums are usually the most prominent part of the song besides the vocals, so learning a lot about drums and how they work is a really important thing to do if you're becoming a music producer. The third thing that I'm going to say is learn music theory. Some people are very split about this. Some people say you don't need it. Other people say it's very important. But honestly, like if you have a loop and the loop is at B flat minor and you have a vocal and the vocal is at D minor, knowing music theory, you can take these two things and combine them together to make them work using pitching. Music theory is such a huge, complicated topic that honestly, like the amount of time I'm going to spend talking about it today is almost disrespectful. But some basic things that you're going to learn are scales, minor scales, major scales, keys, half notes, whole notes, and also just chords and triads. So if you get those 3 things down, you're going to be like well on your way to creating music and being a music producer. So again, I barely know what I'm talking about, but if I could talk to my 15-year-old self, that's what I would tell him. All right, let's get to making a beat. All right, so first I found this crackle because I just love crackle, man. All right, so first I found this crackle. I just love putting in crackle. Don't care. I do it on every single song. Should probably. All right, so first I found some crackle just to put in for a little ambience. All right, and then I just took this piano from Native Instruments Gentleman series called Taped Upright, and I just did a little piano thing. And
they ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
And then on top of that, I use this string instrument from Spitfire Audio that's actually free. So you should really go get all of the free instruments that they have because they're the shit. They have these awesome piano sounds that I use all the time. But specifically for this, the strings sound really awesome. Alright, so from there, I probably got enough to start making something. I just put together this little drum kit. I don't know how I feel about this. Alright, so I'm just going to take everything I got now and flip it over into Studio One and then see what I can do from there, make a beat.
2 hours later.
Alright guys, so I just spent like an hour putting together the beat. I really like how it turned out, so let's go ahead and listen to it. So like I said, I'm going to be doing this 30-day beat challenge, and that means a beat and a video every single day for 30 days, and we'll see how it goes. It's a lot of work and a lot of editing, but it should be fun. Make sure to like and subscribe so you can follow me on my little 30-day beat journey. Stay safe out there.